Cedar Fair are at it again, and they have installed a new Giga Coaster at Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. This Giga Coaster goes by the name of Orion, and I cannot wait to ride this someday. This just makes me want to go to Ohio so much more to experience Cedar Point and Kings Island. Both look amazing parks, two great big bucket list parks for me, and hopefully in the future I'll be able to experience both parks, especially Cedar Point, but in this video I'm going to be discussing Kings Island and the new Giga Coaster, Orion. Now, Orion is actually the only 7th Giga Coaster in the world, second in Ohio, because Millennium Force was obviously the very first Giga Coaster we ever got. And now we've got the 7th one, Orion, and it looks crazy. I cannot wait to ride this in the future. Orion actually only just counts as a Giga Coaster, standing 300 foot tall, which is still huge. Like, that is bigger than most coasters, one of the biggest in the world. 300 foot tall. Obviously, a Giga Coaster is 300 foot to 399 foot tall. And although it's not the tallest Giga Coaster, it still looks really intense, still looks great, and you get some good pops of airtime throughout the ride, and that's what I really like in a ride. The airtime is everything for me. Obviously, inversions are great, but I would prefer lots of airtime in a coaster, and that's why I really want to ride Orion someday. Now, after this first drop of 300 foot, you will go into a top speed of 91 miles per hour. Now, that is very fast, but obviously still not the fastest Giga Coaster in the world, but it's still extremely fast and extremely intense, and one of the better Giga Coasters in my opinion. Orion actually has a track length of 5,321 foot, which is decently long, but it isn't the longest Giga Coaster. Like, probably the best Giga Coaster is 30325, which has a track length of 6,601 feet. So, let's say we're comparing it to Fury 325, it's like 1,300 foot shorter, which doesn't really matter that much, as long as it's got some nice intense elements and, you know, good airtime, pretty good. Now, something I thought which was pretty interesting about Orion, it's got retractable seatbelts. So, I'm not really sure how this works, as I've never rode the coaster, and I'm not sure if you do get as much airtime as you would have got without the retractable seatbelt and just the normal seatbelt. I've heard good things and I've heard bad things about the seatbelt, but for me that's just like personal preference. If you prefer that, then you prefer it. If you don't, then you don't. Now, Orion is actually based in Area 72, which is a new section to Kings Island. It's kind of like a sci-fi theme, and like it's the best themed area of the park from what I've seen. Like, Orion's probably the best themed coaster at the park. If not, it's probably one of the other ride in Area 72. But in like the queue, for example, they've got lots of Easter eggs, all different type of stuff like that. So let's be realistic here. For Cedar Fair, that is amazing. For Cedar Fair, the theming is really good. But if we're comparing it to one of the other parks, which has great theming, maybe one of the other American parks that has great theming, it isn't the best. Obviously, it gets blown out of the water by like European theming, but if we're doing a normal Cedar Fair, comparing it to other Cedar Fair parks, Area 72 looks amazing. One of the better areas of any park that's made by Cedar Fair. And honestly, I think Cedar Fair should do more stuff like this because it looks great, and I can't really think of a better themed ride at Kings Island than Orion. Anyway, that is going to end it for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what your thoughts on Orion are. Are you going to ride it in the future, or are you going to give this a pass? Personally, I think everyone should have this on their bucket list, as it is a great park in southern Ohio. Really good. It's a pain that it's like opposite side of Ohio to see the point, as Ohio is one of the better states for coasters, but it is what it is. Orion looks great. Kings Island is looking amazing. And yeah, that's going to end it for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and see you.